Hello everyone. Welcome to Rely Trust Mortgage's webinar on how to safeguard your financial health during pandemic. As we go through these unusual times with COVID virus raging through and elections, there are certainly some risks to our finances. By taking few simple precautions, moving towards defensive posturing, you may be able to save thousands of dollars. And here are the topics we'll try to cover in this webinar. Reduce risks, trim expenses, restructure or refinance debt and pay it down, rework your personal budget, how to prepare personal budgets, investments, what to do, how to deal, diversify and supplement your income, ideas to add to your income stream, stay positive, check your rainy day funds, and a couple of upcoming webinars. So let's get started. So the first topic would like to cover today is reduce risks. What is risk? Possibility of an unexpected event or circumstance that will reduce our net worth. From financial point of view, investments part significant portion of many of our retirement funds. What can we do to reduce the risks for these investments? We'll go into more detail on these in just a few minutes. Another risk is only one person knows how to perform a critical task. For example, it may be as simple as paying bills, paying electricity bill, water bill, and heating fuel or gas bill. So it's important to know how to do these critical tasks by more than one person. And also the financial picture, what accounts we have, what investments we have. This also should be visible and known to more than one person in the family. And another risk is not having enough savings. It's important to have savings when an unexpected situation arises where a member of the family loses the income, or there could be several emergency type of situations. So it's better to have enough savings. It's better to have more than less. We'll go into more detail later on how much funds you should have for a rainy day or emergency situation. You may be able to think of some other risks that are not identified here. I think we're barely touching the tip of the iceberg. There are several other risks. So I would recommend you sit together with your spouse and try to identify what other risks may be there. Health point of view, finance point of view, different things. Moving to the next one, how to trim expenses. When we're going through difficult times, cash is king. So it's very important to conserve the cash we have. And to conserve the cash, we need to trim expenses. Government has introduced many opportunities to help general public. For example, if you have a mortgage loan, and if you lost job or if there is a difficult situation, you can skip payments. You're only skipping payments, they're not being waived. And eventually you will be required to make those payments. But however, when you are going through these difficult times, you are not required to make those payments. So call the mortgage company, your mortgage company, and ask for information and options on how you can skip mortgage payment until things improve. You can also make home more energy efficient. This itself can be a 1 hour presentation. There are so many things you can do to make a home more energy efficient. But quickly, if you see light coming through gap between door frame and door, that means during winter times, the warm air is going out and it's letting cold air from outside come in, and it will increase your heating costs. And same thing in a summertime, hot air will come in and increase your cooling costs, air conditioner costs. Another major part of expenses is the air conditioning system. Is it working efficiently? You can have someone, a AC technician, come and take a look at the system, and maybe it's time for a tune-up. That will save you a lot of money. So similar to this, you may be able to think of other ideas on where you can trim expenses. So explore options, see where you can cut expenses. Most of us have mortgage loans and auto loans. Explore options to see if you can refinance or restructure that or pay it down. And if you can also make arrangements to reduce the monthly payment. You can work out a plan with the lender, whether it is mortgage company or credit card company or auto loan. So please call that lender and see what options are available. And even if you're not going through difficult times, the interest rates have decreased in the recent past, and you may be able to save a bunch by refinancing. When you can pay $100 or $200 less per month on your mortgage loan, why not take advantage of that and save some money? Recently, as far as early as October 23rd, for loan amounts of $300K plus with escrow, you were able to do refinances 30-year fixed at 2.75 and 15-year fixed at 2.375. And you should try to do these refinances at zero closing cost. There is really no good reason to pay some closing cost to get any lower rate. So, and one simple tip to watch out for, some lenders will say zero closing cost, and they may be adding the closing cost to the loan amount. So please watch out for those. And you can check the loan estimate and closing disclosure to make sure that that is not happening. So please give us a call and we'll be happy to look at your current mortgage statement and recommend a refinance option if you are going to save money. If you are not going to save, then we will say that you are better off staying with your current mortgage. It's always a good idea to review the personal budget. How do we do that? If you have never prepared a budget, first of all, we need to know how much expenses we have on a month-to-month basis. So you can review the bank statements, credit card statements, and itemize your expenses and see what is essential, what is not essential. And you also know your income. So you can tabulate, okay, this is how much is our income and these are the expenses, and see where you can trim those expenses. This is probably the important part of preparing for this type of financial safeguarding and investments. It's a good idea to reduce risk exposure. And let's say there are $100,000 in an investment portfolio, And if there is a market correction, generally when the stock markets fall 20% or more, it's considered a correction. That $100,000 will decrease to 80,000 in if the correction is only 20%, and if the correction is more like 30% or 40%, the same investments, $100,000 will drop down to 60,000 or 70,000. So it's important to reduce risk exposure during these uncertain times. Our goal should be to conserve and protect capital from losses. There are different ratios between stocks and bonds that you can maintain in your investment portfolio. You can talk to your financial consultant for more information on that, and we'll try not to go into stocks and bonds recommendations in this webinar, because our goal here is primarily to identify risks and help save hard-earned money. And sometimes the currency may also get devalued. So it's better to have currency of instead of all the whole nest egg being in one currency. It's better to have currency with multiple. It's better to have your investments spread across multiple currencies. So please review your current investments and make sure that the risk exposure is compatible with how much risk you can handle. Moving to the next one, diversify and supplement your income. It's a good idea to think about what are my strengths? What do I enjoy doing? And it's always better you work in a field where your strengths are. And looking at diversifying income, can you train others during evening or weekend? And in what field are you both working? If working in same field or same company, does it make sense to transition to a more diversified fields and maybe move to a different, if both of husband and wife are working in the same company, does it make sense to work for a different company? These are different things you can look at to diversify your income streams and also supplement your income. So training others, or you can start another small business on the side that you can work in the evenings and weekends that will give a second stream of income. And maybe you'll come up with more ideas to supplement and increase your income. Moving to the next one, check your rainy day fund. It is recommended to have 3 to 6 months of expenses in reserves. I would recommend, to be safe, have 6 months of expenses. Let's say your monthly expenses are $3,000. You should have $18,000. And if you take advantage of the Mortgage for Parents program, that is where you can skip the mortgage payments and it doesn't affect your credit score. You can talk to your mortgage lender about the different options you have, that your emergency or rainy day fund will last longer than 6 months if you can do that. If you have any questions, please post as comments. We'll review and get back to you. Also, please provide feedback so that we can fine-tune our future free webinars for you. We have 2 webinars coming up. On November 21st, we have Plan and Prepare to Maximize Tax Reductions Tax Planning webinar, Saturday, 11 a.m. And in December, we have another free webinar, How to Maintain Best Possible Credit Score. That's on 12th of December, Saturday at 11 a.m. Please mark your calendars and join. And also, please register for the above webinars by visiting relaytrust.net and click on free webinar. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel for more useful information and tips in future.